Good afternoon and welcome to the Tamworth Racecourse for the running of the $150,000 Prime Television Stakes. With most of New South Wales washed out, we're lucky to be here at Tamworth. Up until late yesterday, we had 60 millimetres of rain. There was some talk that the meeting would be called off, but it's unbelievable that we are here. The track at Tamworth was rated this morning at heavy. It's moved to dead and has now been upgraded to slow after the third race. They raced over 1,200 metres and raced just outside the class record at 1.11. Now, we've had something like 98 degrees humidity, if you can believe that. Temperature around about 32 degrees, so the track is drying out. We're just about 10 or 15 minutes away from the running of the $150,000 Prime Television Stakes. Jock Galogly joins me in commentary this afternoon. He's in the mounting yard. Good afternoon, Jock.
Yeah, good afternoon, Kevin. Yeah, fever pitch here at the moment for the Prime Television Stakes. There's been a very spirited betting duel in the ring, and, you know, in prison, we've got the North, clear mandate, all been, you know, well tried, and there's a lot of confidence around at the moment. And Jim Cassidy's joining me at the moment. He's the jockey who's riding in prison. Jimmy, how's the horse progressed since his barrier trial win?
Yeah, he's done real good. I seen him before he left to come away, Jock, and by gee, he looked good. He looks fit, and you know, he's going to run a mighty race here today.
And he races on the speed?
He should be in the first couple, mate, without a doubt. He's, as I say, his trial a fortnight ago was tremendous. He's done very good since, and just talking to Alan 5 minutes ago, he's travelled well, so bit of luck and running, mate, we can get the money.
You won a race early in the day, so you're on fire.
Yeah, thanks to Paul Perry. You're doing a bit of form for me, Jock. You're a good boy.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, Kev, back to you, pal. Jimmy Cassidy.
In the mounting yard, he'll be reporting for us as we get a little bit closer to the race. We can see them warming up in the walk-around ring behind us here. Of course, we'll find out some of the favourites, how they got here, and the top-name jockeys, just like you've seen Jim Cassidy and others, when we return to the Prime 150,000. Back to the Tamworth Racecourse and the running of the $150,000 Prime Television Stakes. Now let's have a look at what a few of the fancied runners have achieved to get here. And no doubt the form of the John Hawkes trained the North has been an eye-catcher. He's had 5 starts for 2 wins and a second in very good company.
This was the North's last start in the Sydney Marriott Handicap over 1,200 metres. He's in the pink silks on the outside. And while the full brother to Octagonal, Moawad, stole the pre-race hype, the North and King Ivor provided the entertainment.
Can't win for mine. 150 to go. King Ivor, Stonyfell Road. The North on the outside is still coming. It's King Ivor in front. The North is chasing him. King Ivor, the North. King Ivor just in front. The North lunges.
With the track downgraded, attention has turned to those who have won in the West, and the Ross Stitt-trained Chili Dapper has the 4. Look for the pink silks with the black diamonds. He's had 8 starts, 4 wins and 2 placings. In this, his last, on the 28th of December, he finished 3rd behind the North.
On the outside, Chili Dapper swept up and joined these leaders. Down the centre of the course, the North starting to run on, and Daring Deed coming home well. No run for Egotist at the 100. The North coming after Chili Dapper and Kai Lange. The North from the tail of the field with the speed on. First up from a spell is going to charge away and win. The North a length and a quarter.
With the scratching of Tamworth horse Kailangi, the other local hopeful is Northern Glow. But there will be some sentiment for former Tamworth trainer Darryl Strong. The horse he's brought back for this race is I Like Him. He's on the extreme outside with the bumblebee coloured silks. His race record, 16 starts, 4 wins and 7 placings. This campaign, he has won over 1,400 metres at Eagle Farm, and here holds his own over 1,828 metres.
Dawn in front, Count Gaffer coming after the leader. Moving to 3rd on the outside is I Like Him, then Red Ensign and Corundum Star winding up, and Brenning switching back to the inside. Count Gaffer sprinted to the front, 200 metres out. I Like Him is chasing Count Gaffer. Brenning's to 3rd, then Corundum Star. It's Count Gaffer in front, getting away from I Like Him, and Count Gaffer's going to be too good at the run home. Count Gaffer first, I Like Him second.
One of those to carry the minimum weight in the Prime Stakes, but certainly one to be respected, is Trust in Dreams. His jockey has pale green silks with pink armbands. This was his last run on the 18th of January at Randwick over 1,600 metres. The pre-race interest was with boom galloper Yippee-I-O, and when he went for the judge, Trust in Dreams followed. He carried 54 kilos. Today, he's 2 kilos better off, and the distance 200 metres shorter.
Just stride up to them very boldly indeed. Cybele following him home over the rise, and Yippee-I-O race to the lead. On the outside, Cybele, then Trust in Dreams. Cassidy goes for Yippee-I-O. He's still a length in front. Trust in Dreams trying hard with Cybele. It's Yippee-I-O at the 100. This long, rangy galloper having his fourth start is going to be too good for them. This is a big win. He missed the start and he goes on to score well by 2 lengths. Very close second. Heads in different motions. Cybele or Trust in Dreams.
Looking at those two runs from the north, it's very hard to go past him, but they were on good tracks. A little heavier going here, so he will be tested, particularly about 4 or 5 off the fence. We've been told it's a tad heavy there. Now, not only do the best 3-year-olds in the country come to Tamworth, but along with them, they bring the jockeys.
Today we have the nation's best, and for many they've been here before. Shane Dye, this is his 4th campaign since 1989, a placing for him in 92, elation in 95, and 2nd last year with Iron Horse. Today, the Gay Waterhouse Dye combination continues with clear mandate. Jim Cassidy is on the comeback trail and is already in fine form after recording a treble. He's been here before in 1991. Today he rides Alan Denman's Imprison, one of the fancied runners who can handle the wet. The Tamworth track has been an unhappy hunting ground for Darren Beedman. He's ridden here 4 times without luck, but today could be his turn. He's on a horse that's running hot, John Hawkes's The North. He's a big race jockey, and Beedman will be hungry for a win. Paul Falvey knows what it takes to win the Prime Television Stakes. In his first appearance in 1994, he was standing with the owners on the winner's dais. Charm K was an outsider paying almost $25 for the win. Today, Road to Diamonds will start about the same price. Corey Brown has a big job ahead of him today. He's on one of the fancied wet track runners, Crafty Bow, trained by Brian Guy. This will be Brown's 3rd appearance in Tamworth and his best opportunity to make it 3rd time lucky. And Robert Thompson also has a Tamworth record like Shane Dye's. He started in this race 3 times and was in the winner's circle in 1991. In 1995, he was 2nd with Dapper Spirit. Today, he renews his association with trainer Ross Stitt and the Dapper line. He's riding the mud runner, Chili Dapper.
And Ross Stitt was saying earlier today that Chili Dapper, they were giggling as they were coming over the mountains with the wet track that they heard. Now, Jock, how much will the wet track affect the north?
Won't affect him at all the way they're racing. It's been upgraded again to dead. And look, Kevin, I just saw him in the enclosure. He looks absolutely superb. There's no fitter horse there. And he'll probably be racing 6th or 7th on the fence. And I just think he's much too classy for them.
One runner that has been very lightly raced, and we haven't heard too much about, but very smart, Clear Mandate.
Clear Mandate, he's spot on in condition. I just spoke to Gay Waterhouse. She's quite confident. Forget his first up run. The horse pulled up, pulled hard, and she thinks he'll race on the speed and be very, very competitive. And looking at his appearance, I can't blame her.
Well, he ran a barrier trial very smartly, and straight away she rang the jockey club and paid a $5,000 late entrance fee, so that must account for something.
Oh, that's been a good leg up, and the horse has been well backed in the ring.
Now, let's have a look at Chili Dapper. Now, in the wet, the tough going 4 or 5 off the rail. Ross Stitt knows this track very well, so do the Dapper clan.
Sir Dapper breed always like to sting out of the ground. Now, he's only a little horse. That's a bit of a worry. And the other worry is he hasn't started for 4.5 weeks. I'm leaving him out of my Cornellas, but, he's got a chance.
Let's have a look at your triple now. What do you say?
I'm going for the North on top. Clear Mandate has really got me in looking at him in the enclosure, and I'm going for Imprison. Great run, first up I expect from him.
We'll catch up with you in the mounting yard. Try and catch up with one of those trainers if you can.
I'll do my best.
See you shortly. All right, Jock Logley, and we'll be catching up with him right after the break in the mounting yard. running of the $150,000 Prime Television Stakes. Well, they're moving around to the back of the barriers, and we're very fortunate to snare Gai Waterhouse. Gai, welcome back to Tamworth.
I'm very pleased to be back here. It's my happy hunting ground. I was snared while sitting in the stand there by your very nice assistant to come around to do the interviews. I'm pleased to be here.
Now, you weren't going to pay $5,000 late entrance fee for Clear Mandate for no reason. Why have you done that?
Well, we had thought of a program, and the noms closed, and this race wasn't included. And at that time, I didn't know if he'd be quite forward enough. And then as he has progressed so well, I rang the owners and I said, look, it's totally up to you. It is a lot of money, but I said, I think he'll win the race. And then it was so funny because then he went a little bit amiss on me last week. And I said to them, look, I'm not very happy with him. And then they said, don't go to Tamworth, blah, blah, blah. And I rang them on Tuesday and I said, look, only horses can make liars of you. He has come right and come right with a vengeance. I think we must go. Because then last night they rang and they said, it's pouring with rain. You better withdraw him. I said, no, don't withdraw him.
Do you think the track will make a difference to him?
Well, he's by Grosvenor, and I trained my horse that ran second in the Melbourne Cup on a very heavy track was Tiaco Nick, also by Grosvenor. I think he'll handle it. He's a front-running horse, as the viewers will see very soon. I think it'll be very hard to run down. Shane Dye knows this track. The combination of the Waterhouse Dye is back. Can you do it? I think we can. I think we can pull it off. I think your Main Danger is the favourite, but I think we're great value. All right, Gai, all the very best, and hopefully we'll see you in stall number 1. Thank you very much. Good on you. Thank you. Gai Waterhouse, the trainer of Clear Mandate, just about set to go here at Tamworth. Now, we were talking about the North earlier on, and Gai did mention the North. One thing that John Hawkes trained was taken up here to Tamworth today. Now, it's a 5.5-hour journey from Sydney to Tamworth, which has got to take a little bit of sting out of the horse. Now, Steve Miller did it a few years ago, took a Tamworth horse down to Sydney, drove it down on the day, raced it and won and brought it back home again. It's a big ask. Most of the horses have been here for 24 hours. They're rested and ready to go. Not so the North. Jock Galogly, will that have an effect on the horse that's travelling? He brought the North up here today, floated him up from Sydney. No, I believe the horse is a bad traveller. He's experienced when he's been away before. But when he walked around the enclosure, he was so relaxed, you'd think he was born in Tamworth, mate, I can tell you. No worries at all. How about Master Jolly? Now, he has been in the wet. He hasn't won in the wet, but he knows how to handle a heavy track. Oh, yeah, well, the track's now dead, and he also went into that race behind the North the other day with a limited preparation. He's a very excellent galloper at 1,400 metres, and he looks pretty good. Now, at the top weight, Babu's Boy, we've heard very little about him. Now, tell us, can he repeat his form of 2-year-old? Look, he can. You can't knock him. As a 2-year-old, he beat Intergaze and Magic of Sydney in a group race at Rose Hill. He's just been a little bit of a problem, the horse, but on his day, boy, can he gallop. Max Lee's a favourite here at Tamworth, has brought Zamojki. He's fairly confident about his chances. Yeah, he's primed for this race. Sorry about the pun. But, yeah, Max is very keen on his chances. The horse is ideal, really bright in the coat, the ears pricked and ready to go on with the job. 1,400 metre specialist. There was some talk about Eagle Farm with I Like Him up there at Brisbane. Darryl Strong, former Tamworth trainer. What do you think about him? Look, there'll be no fitter horse in the race. I think he's had 5 runs in about 8 weeks, and he was very unlucky, I thought, the other day at Eagle Farm, and he was 3 wide all the way. Just before we joined Kim Stewart in the call, Crafty Bow. Now, there was a lot of talk that he likes the wet. Brian Guy wouldn't float him for no reason. No, Brian's quite confident of the horse. I just talked to him 2 minutes ago, and yeah, he's probably one of the best of the outsiders. All right, we'll join Kim Stewart, and your final tip? Go the North. Go the North, all right. We'll join Kim Stewart now as they're right up the back of the barriers for the running of the $150,000 Prime Television Stakes. Here's Kim Stewart.
We're out of line along with Clear Mandate and Zamojki. Chili Dapper is milling around behind them. Babu's Boy stands up in there. Now, Alan Robinson is just calling for some assistance there on Zamojki. I don't know whether he wanted a towel, but the vet David Easterman is parading around with Zamojki behind the stalls there now. Now Alan wipes down Zamojki's neck, and Zamojki comes forward after being towelled down. And we only have one to be positioned now, and that is Clear Mandate. Clear Mandate comes up with Shane Dye on board. The Bob Logan, or the Logan's Insurance Strappers Award, sponsored by Logan Insurance, was taken out by the Dye Lumsden turnout Babu's Boy. Congratulations to Dye. Now, they're all set. 1,400 metres is the journey. They're ready to go. Quality field. The starter climbs the new platform. Picks up the button. There's the lights. They settle. Ready. No starters yet. Hits the button and away they go, and it was a perfect dispatch, and quickly into stride was the Jim Cassidy mount. In Prison leads the prime field along the back. Getting to second is Road to Diamonds up on the pace today, and showing pace in the early part is Clear Mandate. Here goes Shane Dye. Just in behind them, Trust in Dreams, and also Crafty but Master Jolly in that bunch as well. Northern Glow settles midfield, 3 parts of a length off the Chili Dapper. Then came the North, he's back fourth last. Back there with him, then came I Like Him, Zamojki next to last and wide, and last of all is Babu's Boy. They run down the side, and In Prison is the leader. Leads by a half length on Clear Mandate at the 800 metre mark. 2 lengths off, then on the inside came Trust in Dreams. Master Jolly is fourth on the outside, followed further afield then by Road to Diamonds, and getting through the middle of them then came Northern Glow. Crafty Bow is out on the limb, followed further back by the North. He's sneaky up on the inside, Darren Beedman. I Like Him is going with him, followed then by Babu's Boy, Chili Dapper, and Zamojki is at the tail as they bunch up and approach the home corner at the 400 metre mark in the prime. And on the outside now, and Clear Mandate and In Prison, head and head they go into the straight. Joining in out wide then came Master Jolly and Northern Glow, and also on the outside is Crafty Bow. Road to Diamonds, and back on the inside the North is looking for a way out. There's no gap there at the 200 metre mark. Now there is for the North, and he's getting out over on the inside, but in the meantime Crafty Bow has got to the front. Here's the North joining in on the inside. The North bursts to the front in the prime, and it's a Crown Lodge victory. The North is first. Great ride, Darren Beedman. Crafty Bow second. I Like Him got third, just in advance of Babu's Boy. The next one, Master Jolly. Then came Zamojki, Chili Dapper, Trust in Dreams, and knocking up badly then Clear Mandate. Next to last, Road to Diamonds, and In Prison, who led the prime field into the straight, has knocked up the run lasts. Well, the North gradually improved from the 800 metre mark. Darren Beedman, he doesn't come to Tamworth often, but you'd fair dinkum swear it was his own backyard. Number 9, the North, ridden by D. Beedman, is first. Absolutely brilliant ride. He angled for the run at the top of the straight. Momentarily it wasn't there. Then it opened and he darted through, and this big, good-looking son of marauding sprinted, and he got to the front. Crafty Bow ran a big race on the outside.
1:10.7.
I Like Him has run home very, very strongly to get third. So it's 9, 10 and 7 following the running of the 1997 Prime Television 3-year-old quality handicap.
Well, Jockalogly, you've done it again, the North, and as he showed on tape earlier on, he repeated that form here today.
Yeah, and what a superb ride. He was, you know, he's always going to be on the fence, and Darren got him off at the right time, but, gee, it looked a bit shifty for a while. He couldn't get a crack at them at the 300 metre mark, and he would have been a tragedy beat, but he found the gap, and, boy, can't he hit the line strongly. If he had found the gap earlier, I think he would have won by a little more. He would have won by about 4 or 5 lengths. So, but when he gets up to a mile, that's his caper.
Crafty Bow, a great run.
Oh, great run. We said he was Brian Guy was confident, and he had it won, but he just bumped into a much better class horse. And boy, wasn't the third horse a run. Well, Darryl Strong said that he brought I Like Him down here purely because A, he likes the track. He knows the track, Darryl Strong does, that is, and he proved that today. That's right. And don't they call Tamworth the Randwick of the North? Well, Darren Beedman's been here 4 times, and it's good to see him come through. Yeah, it's great effort, and great to see John Hawkes here, and also Jack Ingham, who will be in the enclosure. So, yeah, we had the top people in Australian racing have won it. All right, now I think shortly we'll be coming up with, there we go, there's Darren Beedman as we watch him come back to scale. It's his 5th go here at Tamworth. Do you want to try and see if you can catch up with someone in the mounting yard? We'll let you go. Chase someone down now as we watch them come back to scale. Darren Beedman is welcome back to scale here at Tamworth for the $150,000 race here. Darren Beedman first. Second was Crafty Bow, ridden by Corey Brown, trained by Brian Guy at Rosehill, and Brian Guy said that he would let Corey Brown dictate the terms as they came around the turn. That's exactly what happened, and away they went. I Like Him was third. It was ridden by Alan Russell and trained by Darryl Strong of Toowoomba. He's had a very, very heavy campaign. I Like Him has been racing since the 7th of December. This is his 6th start and only his second third placing rather over that distance, and he's done very, very well. Darren Beedman back to scale on the $150,000 Prime Television Stakes. He has broken the drought and takes it home for him. As we break down the race there, the first gets a $105,000, certainly well worth the trip. Second, $22,500, and third, $15,000, making up the $150,000 Prime Stakes. Now we're just waiting on Jockalogly in the mounting yard as he's looking for someone to chat to. I'm sure that he'll no doubt be going to see if he can grab Darren Beedman as they come back to scale. Now with the way that they ran there, they looked like they were a little bit held up on there with John Hawkes' horse, the North. They floated him up here,
5.5 hours it took them to get here, and there was some talk that the sting would be taken out of him, but it showed early, as we showed too with the earlier races, that he just happens to just come out of the ground. He has done that again today on a heavy track. It's been upgraded from dead to slow to heavy, and he's done very, very well. Darren Beedman breaking the ice here of the $150,000. Jock is in the mounting yard. Thanks, Jock.
Yeah, just catching up with the owner, Jack Ingham. Jack, well done, mate. What a fantastic win in a top ride.
Great ride, and thanks very much. Yeah, great thrill to win.
He looked like he was held up for a run about the 300-metre mark, but when he found that gap, boy, he accelerated.
Yeah, well, he was lucky. I think drawing one was a great help for him because it seems to be a bit better on the inside, and I said to Darren to take the risk and stay there and see what happens, so we were lucky.
The way he performed 1,600 metres and further is going to suit him, you would think?
You don't know. Yeah, we hope it will, but we tried him at 1,600 before, and he just didn't, you know, we thought it was too far.
All right,
but you never know. Darren reckons he will, but...
Oh, you've got to take notice.
There's sometimes wrong, you know.
OK, Jack, go and enjoy the celebrations, and it's great to have you here in Tamworth.
Thanks very much. Great to be here. Good, thanks.
And Jock Galogally talking there with the connections of the North and very worthwhile making the trip up. No doubt they'll possibly rest him tonight and float him back down. We spoke earlier with Gai Waterhouse's trainer, Clear Mandate rather, and Gai Waterhouse said that she would leave the tactics up to Shane Dye. Shane Dye led Clear Mandate as they came around from the 800-metre mark, but he couldn't go on with it, and the North, which eventually found a little break, got through. Jock Galogally back into the mounting yard, and we'll see if Jock has got someone there to talk to as we cross back. Very happy scenes. No one there. All right, this is the Prime 150,000 stakes. It has been upgraded from $50,000 from last year, and we might just about take a break, I think, as we... Nope. We'll keep going if you missed them. It is the winner was, of course, the North, ridden by Darren Beedman, and second, Crafty Bow, and I Like Him. Next year, pretty much the same. As I said, we were lucky to be here today. Light rain now just starting to fall out over the mountains, so we're very, very lucky to be here today. And we'll be back at pretty much about the same time next year. Pretty much a field of 12 today. One horse that perhaps may have given them a run for their money was a horse that was scratched today called Kailangi. It was trained by Tim Martin, got a little bit of colic as we wind up today for the running of the 150,000. Thanks for your company. We'll see you next year.